know what people do at the end of the party because when I go to the party, Steve, I leave.
Right.
You know, when that party get too good, it's time for me to go.
You leave good parties.
Yeah, I leave good parties.
I want you to think about this because I don't want to call no other names. I don't want to call no other names on it because I don't want to be getting no viral moment. Think about what I'm getting ready to say to you all. When you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire.
One of the OGs in the rap game, Uncle Luke, is stepping up to spill the tea on Diddy's infamous parties that have become the talk of the town and the reason behind his downfall. Luther Campbell is no stranger to the scene, and while he claims he left the FO parties before things got too freaky, he's dropping some serious hints that he knows exactly what went down when the lights dimmed. And let's just say things are heating up. Diddy's got some major legal trouble coming his way, and all those enablers, yeah, they might have a target on their backs too. Uncle Luke. This Diddy saga has been dragging on for months now, with people popping up left and right trying to get their 15 minutes of fame by switching up their stories. But there's one person who stands firm, claiming his account holds the key to Diddy's downfall, Miami rap legend Uncle Luke. Now, Luke's not just throwing shade, he's echoing what Suge Knight has been saying. According to both, Diddy's spiral into chaos was fueled by Diddy's ungrateful antics with Diego, and that's what led to this mess he's in today. Recently, Uncle Luke sat down on the Stephen A. Smith show to break down Suge Knight's comments, as Diddy's scandal keeps spiraling.
I want y'all to think about this because I don't want to call no other names. I don't want to call no other names on it because I don't want to be getting no viral moment. Think about what I'm getting ready to say to you all. When you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire.
First up, Uncle Luke wasted no time clearing up a major misconception about Suge Knight, that being locked up means Suge's lost his power. Not at all. According to Luke, Suge still got pull, and he's very much in the loop, even behind bars. Luke explained that people on the inside have their ways of staying informed, and if you listen closely, it's pretty clear Suge's still connected to the higher-ups. I mean, why else do you think his collect call is still running?
He want to act crazy. Now we're going to go after you. Now we're going to call up our same senator. Hey, man, I need you, man, go issue a search warrant, man. I need you to drag this mother. In the hood, that's what we call. I want you to drag it. You have all kind of allegations, so by the time he come in this courtroom.
Anyway, Luke backed up Suge's claim, saying Diddy's downfall is deeply tied to his substance use. Suge's got the inside scoop, and according to Luke, his analysis of the whole Diddy drama is spot on. Suge is still connected to the outside world. A lot of my friends who know him closely say that he got consumed with the substances. When you hear certain things like that from a guy that's incarcerated, that means he's really in touch. If you don't control the industry will control you. Something really got to your head when you think you can take on that giant. Uncle Luke made it clear that he wasn't about to play Diddy's games to climb the industry ladder. During his recent appearance on the We in Miami podcast, the Miami rap legend hinted that things got pretty wild at Diddy's infamous parties. But he wasn't sticking around to find out the deets. I would go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry, I don't know what goes on after hours. But I wasn't trying to find out. I know my place. Luke's got no regrets about keeping his head down and using his talent, not favors to make it in the industry. And by the looks of it, that was the right move. While half the entertainment world is shaking in their boots, scrambling to distance themselves from the Diddy drama, Luke's having a field day spilling all the tea.
You a black man who don't own these people company. You want to talk all your cash money. And you want to go after these people, what ends up happening?
Similarly, Suge Knight isn't holding back. And if what he's saying is true, a lot of people aren't ready for what Diddy's drama is about to bring their way. Suge recently dropped some serious bombshells during an interview with Chris Cuomo on News Nation, claiming that the whole industry was running with Diddy. And now that the bad boy co-founder is under arrest for racketeering and ST, no one's safe. Suge, who knows how things go down in the industry, name-dropped some major players like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre, saying they were fully aware of Puff's alleged crimes. And though Suge had a bit of empathy for those with families, he made it clear, there are a lot of folks who deserve to be sweating right now. Facts is there, he said. Where we're at now, I don't care if it's T.I. I don't care if it's Rick Ross. I don't care if it's Jay-Z. I don't care if it's Snoop Dogg. I don't care if it's The Game. I don't care if it's Dr. Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on. Uncle Luke was right behind Suge, fully attesting that Diddy's downfall is just the tip of the iceberg, and everyone who was a part of that world might want to brace themselves.
A lot of people in Hollywood were probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any...
Suge Knight didn't stop at just the rappers. He went after some of the biggest power players in the music industry, calling out names like Russell Simmons, Clive Davis, and Jimmy Levine. According to Suge, Diddy wasn't acting on his own. He was taught this behavior by the industry's elite, people before him. This lines up with the claims made by Diddy's former security guard, Gene Deal, who revealed in an interview with The Art of Dialogue that Diddy's actions weren't just spur of the moment. They were learned and ingrained by the higher-ups. With names like Russell, Clive, and Jimmy now being thrown into the mix, it's becoming clear that Diddy's downfall might expose a much deeper and more twisted network within the industry. You gotta realize he learned from Andre Harrell, Deal claimed. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clive Davis. When those people are telling you that they were heavy into substances, they was heavy into harming women and doing things at that crazy stage. And that's gonna make him think that he can get away with the same thing. It can make a man into a monster, and that's what it did. It looks like Jay-Z's empire might be the next to crumble. While everyone's focused on Diddy's downfall, Jay has been suspiciously quiet, and that's raising a lot of eyebrows. You see, Jay-Z and Diddy have been tight since the beginning of their careers, practically running the industry together, and you don't just cut those kinds of ties overnight. Financial connections, partnerships, and a level of familiarity that deep, it doesn't just vanish. So his silence during all this chaos is only making people wonder if there's more going on behind the scenes. And Dame Dash has boldly questioned what everyone has been thinking. As much as he's been to me unfair toward, or not unfair, the way he'd be effing with my money, I want to hope that that's the worst that he's been doing. I would never want to hear like, Jay at the freak-off party. That's crazy. The ish they saying? And I'd just be wondering why he don't say nothing about it. Regardless of what, perception-wise, Jay is also a pillar of hip-hop. And if anything bad happens to him, then it's really going to look crazy for hip-hop. And let's not forget about the divorce drama. Rumor has it Beyonce is ready to walk. And while some people have brushed off the claims, Jay's sudden meetings with both a criminal attorney and a divorce lawyer on the same day suggest otherwise. The whispers are getting louder, and it's starting to look like he's bracing for a storm that's about to hit from every angle.
A lot of people thought that Jay-Z and Beyonce might be divorcing because there were rumors that they were separating assets because Jay-Z got a lot of money wrapped up when it comes to Diddy.
Word on the street is that the feds might have some dirt on him too. It's no secret Jay and Diddy were partners in crime, figuratively, we hope, when it came to the music game. So if the authorities dig deep enough, who knows what they'll uncover.
On layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
It's fun to talk.
Jay-Z's been canceling events left and right, like his Made in America festival for the second year in a row. It makes you wonder if he's not just canceling festivals, but preparing for the legal drama that could soon turn his world upside down. His empire may not be as invincible as it seems, and if the feds have anything to say about it, Jay might just find himself caught up in the same whirlwind Diddy's facing. A statement shared on the festival's website said, "As purveyors of change, the Made in America executive production team is reimagining a live music experience that affirms our love and dedication to music and the work we do. We promise an exciting return to the festival." Despite the impending downfall, Combs is fighting tooth and nail to clear his name, holding fast to his innocence, though it seems like nobody's buying what he's selling. He's sticking to his story harder than a bad remix, refusing to back down even as the walls close in. Erica Wolf, Combs' attorney, tried to put some legal polish on the situation, stating, "As Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he essayed anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court if and when claims are filed and served, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation." Well, not that this polished statement did any good for him. It even spurred Wendy Williams to come out and address the issue. Wendy revealed that she is relieved that Combs is facing justice. To see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled, it was just horrific. But now you have to think, how many more times? How many people? How many more women? What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it. Anyway, talking about evidence, it seems like a load of it was collected during the raid, and on top of that, there are several S-tapes out there that have been in the market by various means. You might not know this, but it turns out that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg also have a video that is circulating around somewhere. Now, before you chalk this up to conspiracy, listen, that Dr. Dre himself admitted that there is footage of him with Snoop.
It was a videotape that we did at my house just for my private collection. You know what I mean? Snoop was a part of it.
They got it?
Somebody.
You all know Kevin Hart and Diddy have run in the same circles for years, right? Well, rumors are flying that Kevin was a regular at those wild parties too. Now here's the thing, Kevin always has an opinion on just about everything, but the one topic he's staying completely silent on is this whole Diddy saga.
Diddy's former friend and partygoer, Kevin Hart, wants nothing to do with him, trying to distance himself.
And that's pretty telling. Just recently, Kevin was out with his wife Aniko when reporters tried to get him to spill the tea. They were digging to see if he knew anything about the freak-offs, allegedly filled with male pee and female victims. And let's not forget, one of Diddy's homes was raided earlier this year, and what did they find? 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Yeah, you heard that right. But when Kevin was asked about it, instead of clearing the air or even cracking a joke, he dodged the questions like a pro. When I hosted for Diddy, you're asking the wrong person the wrong question. Reporters even reminded him that he once hosted events for Diddy, but Kevin wasn't biting. It seemed like this was one topic he's staying far away from. And that silence? It speaks volumes. For freshers, there is evidence of Kevin being on good terms with Diddy.
He's been documented to be at Diddy parties, and there's a now very famous viral video of him and some females in the bathroom. And
Kevin Hart is just the latest celeb sprinting away from Diddy like it's an Olympic event, as the rapper's legal mess keeps spiraling. Seriously, it's starting to feel like a game of who can deny knowing Diddy fastest. Leonardo DiCaprio, oh, he's out. A source recently spilled to Daily Mail that Leo had absolutely nothing to do with Diddy's wild freak-offs. Yeah, okay, Leo. We'll pretend those white parties weren't just about wearing linen and sipping wine. Even though in a 2018 interview with Vogue, Diddy described DiCaprio as a #1 person on his party guest list. However, the source insisted DiCaprio has long moved on from that world and is focused on his career and personal life. Things don't add up, that's for sure. And Ashton Kutcher, he's diving for cover too. Despite a resurfaced clip where he's all buddy-buddy with Diddy, Kutcher's team is now out here saying, oh no, we're not involved. People magazine got the inside scoop, and Ashton's folks are making it clear, no ties, no shady business, no nothing. He doesn't belong in this conversation about Diddy. Ashton has only seen Diddy in a handful of social and business events, all of which have been documented by the media. It's like Hollywood's playing hot potato with Diddy's name, and Kevin Hart's the latest to dodge the drama. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, recently gave some insight into the mindset of the embattled music mogul, and it sounds like he's anything but defeated. Speaking on TMZ's The Downfall of Diddy, the indictment, Agnifilo shared that Diddy is laser-focused on clearing his name and facing the storm head-on. His state of mind is actually remarkably positive. I spend several hours with him every day. His resolve is strong. He's engaged, and he's focused on his defense. Despite the gravity of the charges, Diddy isn't even entertaining the idea of a plea deal. According to Agnifilo, the decision is solely up to Diddy, and he has no plans to fold. He believes he's innocent, and what's more, he feels a responsibility not just to himself, but to stand up for his family and anyone else who's been unfairly targeted by the federal government.
This day, he's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things.
Word on the street is that a lot of folks tangled up in Diddy's web are also getting dragged into Lil Rod's lawsuit. Diddy's former producer and videographer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, didn't just drop a lawsuit, he threw a grenade. In it, he accused Diddy of some seriously grim stuff, SH, ding, and even threats. But that's not all. Jones claimed Diddy's crew was involved in everything from DT and ST to soliciting S-workers and giving laced drinks to minors. Talk about a mess. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, Jones went back in March and expanded his complaint, throwing an extra 25 pages into the mix. The new defendant, none other than Cuba Gooding Jr.
I mean, that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I'd ever. And then, hey, how about me? I wake up in the morning, I turn on the station showing actor Cuba Gooding Jr. I was like, excuse me, pull me into this.
According to Jones, Diddy wasn't just abusing his power, he was conditioning him to pass him off to his famous friends, including Gooding. Apparently, the alleged incident happened in January 2023 on Diddy's yacht in the Virgin Islands. Diddy supposedly suggested Gooding should get to know Jones better, leaving them alone in a makeshift studio. And what happened next? Jones says Gooding took things way too far, SHing and Aing him. When asked about his alleged involvement, Gooding didn't exactly deny it. He just started trolling Diddy's whole situation. Not the best look, Cuba.
Rod with, all the stories that everybody's hearing about.
You mean in terms of what?
I mean, being raiding his house being raided.
I mean, that's crazy. That's the craziest thing I'd ever.
Interestingly enough, the Kardashians weren't exactly outsiders when it came to Diddy's notorious parties. In a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe let it slip that she went to one of Diddy's events where, in her own words, half the people were butt naked. Just like another casual Hollywood night, right? Kourtney rattled off a list of the attendees: Diddy, Quincy, Combs, Justin Bieber, French Montana, as if it were no big deal. But let's be real, things were definitely wilder than they let on.
I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were naked.
Now, with Diddy's legal troubles snowballing and some A-listers rushing to erase any trace of him, you've got to wonder, were the Kardashians more involved in those wild nights than we ever knew? Because let's face it, while everyone's keeping a low profile right now, the Kardashians might be sipping their tea a little more quietly than usual. Meek Mill has found himself knee-deep in the Diddy drama too, with his name getting dragged into the whirlwind mess. Sure, Meek's partied with Diddy on several occasions, like that infamous 2014 Grammy after-party that Meek hosted, the one the cops had to shut down. Things took a turn when producer Rodney Jones dropped a lawsuit suggesting that Diddy hooked up with a Philadelphia rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj. Social media went wild because, well, Meek dated Nicki from 2014 to 2016, making him an easy target for the rumor mill. But Meek gave himself away when he started firing off a string of posts on X offering $100,000 to anyone who could figure out why his name was being dragged into this mess, even though the video went viral some time ago.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
He's not directly addressing the Diddy scandal, but let's be real, there's not much Meek can do at this point. That's all for today. We hope you liked that video, and if you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this.